Welcome to Kumbasoft DPAA tutorials. This tutorial is about viewing audit and other special logs you may find within your DataPower appliances. So be sure to set your video playback to high definition, and though some visual details of DPAA may have changed since this video was created, the functionality will be the same. So to get started, I've selected a couple of appliances and I've selected the default domain. Now you may want to look at the other tutorials related to logs and viewing logs within DPAA because this will become very important to you to understand how the rest of the logging screens look and the different features that are available to you of logging and viewing logs within DPAA. For this particular case, we've already seen how we can view a normal log in DPAA, and I want you to take note of a couple of things on this screen. For example, the Edit button above the logging target list will allow you to edit some minor features about the configuration of the selected logging target. Now, if we select other logs, we'll have a different screen depending upon the kind of log it is. If I go to the audit log, then I have another option here when I pull this screen up to change the kind of audit logging that I want to do. So this screen becomes different depending upon what audit log I have, what kind of log I have selected. I also want to point out the difference between a standard log and this filtering window here, when we see all these features, and the audit log and what shows up under this search filter here, there's not as many options available to us and the filtering options for the tool. To view audit logs, we just simply select the audit log and we select search, much like we do any other standard log. The difference is that we're going to see the content of the audit log. Like all other logs, we can hover over them to see the information in that logging entry, and we can turn the hover feature off by selecting the checkbox next to the Enable Hover. We can enter a regular expression or a normal expression here, which is defined by the help screen as you see here, and if I click on this, I get a little bit more time to read it by understanding what can be searched for and what the audit log fields search when you put in a search expression. Now keep in mind that everything you do in DPAA is a regular expression, and so you can just type the word hello and that will be turned into a regular expression. Otherwise, you can type in a complex regular expression and see the information of the logs matching that regular expression within the tool. Like other logs, we have quick filters, but the set of quick filters that are available to us in the audit log are different than those from the regular logs. If I go back to the default log, you can see that the quick filter list is quite a bit different. Now, there are some special logs that DPAA shows you that you can get to within your appliances, but typically you have to go into the appliance and look at those logs individually. DPAA makes looking at these logs and aggregating these logs together a lot easier. There's one thing to notice about these special logs, which are the CLI log, the compile log, the diagnostic log, the startup errors, the usage log, and the transaction log. Those are our special logs. Notice I cannot edit the log target settings of this particular log. My quick filters are whatever they happen to be, and I'm going to now search this log to get the information I want out of it. And you can see there's a number of information there coming out of this logging target that we would expect to be able to quick filter by. The compile log shows us yet a different set of logs. And so if I search the compile log, we can now see we have the number of other information from that compile log. But obviously, I could go through each one of these, and it's aggregating them together. So right now, I'm seeing entries from the compile log from two different appliances within my log set here. So it's aggregating those logs together, depending upon the selections that I made. In this particular case, these are only available to you when you have the default domain selected. So if I were to go, say, to this retail domain, my log target list will have the default log, but it won't have any of the other special logs that would only be found within the default domain of an appliance. So that's why these logs are only showing up on this particular selection. Now, clearly, if I decide to aggregate between a normal domain and the default domain, I'll have the logging targets from the normal domain plus the special logs from the default domain. That's all we have for this video. You want to see more? Go out to www.kumbasoft.com and go to the Features and Tutorials page, and there are hundreds of other videos you can view on not only the tool as a whole, but there are many other videos just on this Logs tab and all the different things you can do within DPAA relative to examining logs that you might find within your appliances. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day.